Well, good morning, our beloveds. Your another is resting today. She has not shared because she chooses not to, but she is in another challenge, which we have asked her to embrace and pursue at her own expense to a certain extent. But her desire is to learn her lessons as soon as possible and as simply as possible. And when we share with her that she has a particular lesson to learn and kind of the why of it, though we don't share the fullness of it until after the fact, because we need her to surrender by choice without fully knowing the ripple effect or the consequences, if that makes sense. If, for example, you were asked to jump out of a perfectly good airplane, only to be told at the end that you would receive $1 million, you would have jumped out of the airplane to overcome your fear. But if you were told ahead of time that you would receive $1 million and then were asked to jump out of the airplane, it would change the nature of your growth, because you would do it for the reward and not for the growth itself. So here is our very short message today. Finding yourself, the true inner you, who you came to be, it's not an easy journey. It need not be painful either, but it's not easy because growth oftentimes comes through overcoming your fears and stepping out in courage. When you look at any of the people who have changed the world for the better, when you see those people spend a lifetime overcoming the stigma or the limitations of the world's belief systems, and they stand up and they stick out and they get whacked on the head for not behaving as they are told to, this takes courage. And our another is stepping outside of her trained belief system and is returning to her original imprint, which is to be a warrior of sorts, but a warrior for peace and a warrior for love. And the battles are handled differently. When you act out of courage because you are seeking to restore balance to your own life and to humanity, instead of stepping out because you personally will somehow benefit or your ego is supported, they are vastly different incentives, and your soul does not care about the egoic accolades. The soul came here to express itself. So when you look at a young child between the ages of birth and 1 year of age, does that child act out of ego, or does that child act out of need and desire? That is what we wish to present here. Who are you in your original imprint? Before you were told that you were not worthy and you were neglected and you were undisciplined or over-disciplined and you were not fed, not seen, not heard, reprimanded, told that you are not good enough. When all of those types of experiences came up, you were trained, you were programmed to believe that you are something different than who you really are. And finding your way back to that original imprint, it's not easy because you have to set aside every belief system that you were given that is not yours. And you can only find those by sorting through everything that you believe now and discarding those particular items that no longer serve you. And the beauty is, if you surrender to this journey with our insight and input, you will have the right issues arise at the right times to help you to arrive at the train station for the next leg of your journey. It is synchronistically designed. You will see it when you see it, and when you fight too hard to make it happen, allowing it to not naturally unfold, it presents itself with a lot more pain and suffering. Whereas when you surrender to this is what it is meant to look like, you accept it and you appreciate it, even though you don't necessarily enjoy it. It may be similar to taking in a spoonful of castor oil because it will heal you from within, but it really does not taste good. Being you sometimes does require swallowing some bitter medicine because it will detox those harmful items from within your soul's imprint, because it no longer serves you. It's no longer needed to protect you and to keep you safe from the harms of your youth. You are now ready to embrace the fullest version of you, and we are here ready to walk side by side with you, holding your hand, nourishing you, encouraging you, and embracing you when the moments get a little bit more difficult. And that is it for today. Many, many blessings. And so it is. Namaste.